So, we talked about human-centered, we talked about data-driven. Let us talk about AI. You mentioned before conversational AI. Tell me more about that.
See, the concept of conversational AI or even conversational UI is wherein you actually establish a conversation with the device or with an application or with a system. And that conversation is in your natural language, and you are not asking any technical things there, such as, talking about a technical query or technical, terminology there. You talk in your natural language, but the system understands it and processes it. I'll give you several examples of that, but a couple of them is that now, in many systems that we see that there is a chatbot, and chatbot is one of the versions of conversational AIs, but it's not fully a conversational AI because the moment you ask one or two questions, then it says that sorry, I don't know, what you are asking, or even it happens on some of the popular conversational AIs, or I do not want to name them, but it happens there. So conversational AI is something, if I ask you a question, you would respond irrespective of whether you are aware of it or not. You will try to get the information and respond, and that's where the conversational AI concept is coming. And this is the same concept that is being used by the Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, or this has been used by some of the others, whoever are actually combining or composing their applications using the conversational AI. So conversational AI is very good for several reasons. One is that, have you been ever trained how to use Facebook or any of the social media platforms, LinkedIn or Twitter or Insta, X platform? No, never. Why? Because it comes with intuition. Now, that intuition cannot be there in your functional modules or functional processes. So, to bring that intuition, the entire awareness of it, we are introducing the conversational AIs where it trains you, it enables you, it helps you, it guides you, it takes you to a tour of the application. How do you do the navigation? Know how of it. And you can ask questions that, can you please give me what was the sales for the last month? And then it says that which region, and then brings up that information. If it says that, okay, where is my this marketing campaign running successfully, in this region, how many people have liked it? So it's a conversation. You are talking to the systems. And why I believe this is actually something that must be there, because we are surrounded by systems. If you ask any person how many devices they are surrounded by, couple of them at least, probably a desktop, a laptop, or a one or two mobile phones, we are always. So we also need to start conversing with them. We also need to start engaging with them the way that we used to engage with the humans. And that's where the conversational AI comes in, and it will absolutely change the way that we have been utilizing the system's solutions.
Indeed, because the usual chatbot, let's say, just as you said, it answers your first question right, and then it starts to become annoying, and
Yeah.
you hope that you can find a number to call a person directly.
Yeah.
But when this AI speaks your language, and therefore you don't need someone with technical background to
Right.
use it correctly,
Right.
that's when it really becomes useful. Because again,
Absolutely.
it's built around humans.
Absolutely, absolutely. See, even for this as well, I don't think that the solution for this is the LLMs, because everybody believes that. But again, in LLM, if you do not have the contextualization, then it doesn't answer. And certain words that could be regional specific, localized words, or maybe certain terms that are used in certain language. And for all of that, you really need the right NLPs, you really need the LLMs, but contextualization is important, because if you are sitting in a bank and asking a question, banking application, you ask a question about something else, then it's not contextualization. So you need to be, again, Here we are bringing human-centered approach, which means that build your conversational AIs around the human use cases, the users. If you don't do that, then your conversational AI is going to be one of the annoying, app or a bot.
Yeah, just a gimmick, let's say. Now, what about trust? Because there is a big issue with trust in AI and trust with new technologies. So how do you address the matter of trust?
See, I personally believe that it's a true concern. However, it's not going to be changed within next year or so. It's going to take a little bit of time because of whatever the incidents that are happening. If you have, let us suppose, 1,000 successful use cases, but one failure, immediately everybody points out to that. So to win the trust, we need to bring in transparency. When we say transparency, what kind of data is going out of the organization? What kind of data is coming into the organization? How the data is being utilized, outside for analytical purpose, for training purpose? We need to have the transparency. The moment you bring in the transparency, everybody will have the visibility of that, and they will start endorsing it, and they will start, trusting it. And we need to preserve the rights of each and every individual. You cannot take personal data and do whatever it is. Yes, if it is available in the public domain, that's a different thing. But personal data, you cannot take it, and then you cannot even analyze it without their consent. So we will win over, this trust issue, but it's going to take a little bit longer.
Yes, but it is good that we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And it is good, in my opinion, to, even if you distrust the technology, it's important to understand it because then you know which angles to look at, to be more involved than, let's say, to step away and say, oh, okay, I don't trust this or something like
Absolutely,
this.
absolutely, absolutely.
Very good.